If your mom has a green thumb, maybe some plants or flowers will do the trick, as this segment is sponsored by Merrifield Garden Center.
I recently visited one of Merrifield Garden Center's 3 locations and definitely got some inspiration for the perfect container garden for mom or for myself. Caitlin, absolutely gorgeous here. I've heard about container gardening. What is that?
So container gardening is when you basically take a garden and put it into a small container or a pot or vessel of your choice. It's a small ecosystem. So you want to pick out plants that are going to grow really well together, and you always want to have a thrill, a fill, and a spill.
A thrill, a fill, and a spill. Okay, what are those?
So lots of layering. So you want to have a taller plant that's going to kind of draw the eye, especially like the hibiscus here. That's going to be a major thriller, especially as all those buds open up. And then the fill is going to be the components that are in the middle layer. So right here there's an abutilon, and there's also some really sweet zinnias, and there's potato vine, which as the season progresses it's going to dump out of the pot and draw the eye. Yep, absolutely. Most of these plants are going to go really well together because they're tropical. So they're from tropical climates like South America. They'll thrive in the heat in Virginia during our summer months, and they're going to really enjoy the humidity that we all have in Virginia, as well as they're going to love some moist and well cared for soil. So most tropicals are going to do well together. There are some that thrive more in sun, so the hibiscus planter with the salvias and zinnias and calibrachoas, that's going to want at least 6 hours of sun throughout the day. Where the smaller planter here, this has some bella palm, it's got caladium, even a pothos and a begonia. This is going to be for a part sun or just morning sun location. So if you've got a shadier area, this is going to be a great choice for that. And at Merrifield, we've got tons of folks here that can help you and assist you to find the perfect plant for the right location based on your lighting.
Okay, and so now is a good time to really plant these container gardens.
Absolutely. Get them started now, especially at the heart of spring. We want to be able to enjoy them throughout the whole summer months, and they're going to keep blooming, these flowers, up until first frost. So.
Okay, and then when it starts to get cold, we can bring them inside? How does that work?
So you absolutely can bring in your tropicals. Most of them will do really well, especially if you've got good lighting. If you do not have good lighting, then what you'll want to do is purchase a light and keep them away from drafts. So we're kind of simulating what they would have in the natural environment. Lots of light, a little bit of humidity, and you just get them through those months, and once spring returns, you can put them outside. So if you have any tropicals now, now is the time that you can put them on your patio and enjoy them.
Is there something special we need to know when we're bringing them from inside out? So they're not shocked.
That is an awesome question. Yes, absolutely. So when bringing them outside for the first time, the bright light can be a little bit intense. So we kind of want to give them a few hours of sun during the morning and then pull them back to a more shaded spot during the afternoon. Okay. And then after a while, they'll slowly be acclimated to where you can keep them outside throughout the whole summer.
So for these tropical plants that are in direct sun, what is the watering schedule like? What do we need to know?
So the watering schedule is going to change with the season. This time in spring, you'll check them every few days, and then as it gets warmer and the plants are really starting to fill in the container, that's when you want to check every day.
Okay, and then if it's like leaning over or saying, I'm thirsty, that's like they're not dead. Like if you put water in, they'll come back to life, right?
Absolutely. So anytime I see a leaf doing this, I go over, I check it right away, because sometimes if we get too happy with the hose, the plants will do a similar thing. So if you see a wilt, that's it, basically drawing attention, asking for assistance. If it's dry, that's when you're going to give it water. And most of these plants have a really good rebound. So it's nice that they will communicate with us when they're thirsty.
Yeah, so we like that. Anything else when it comes to just having a successful container garden that we need to think of?
Yeah, so with the tropicals, you don't have to deadhead them, but a little bit of deadheading is going to help encourage more buds.
Deadheading?
So deadheading is when you remove a spent flower. For instance, if this flower right here was finished blooming, I would just remove it and encourage more blooms. If, for instance, you're not someone that's out there all the time wanting to do this, tropicals will continue to bloom regardless. But if you really want them to bloom, you can do some deadheading. Also, fertilizer. Since you've got a lot of plant in a container, it's nice to apply fertilizer. Granules, you can apply them every 6 weeks, and then I use a liquid fertilizer just because I can take care of everyone, giving them a little drink with something special.
But again, you have the experts here that can help us.
Yes.
Even just put together what to put together to make it look beautiful.
Absolutely, that's the best part of the job. We get to basically live vicariously through everybody's pots.
How do you choose? There's so many beautiful flowers.
I encourage our guests to pick one plant that they absolutely love.
Okay.
And then from there, we'll kind of make suggestions and say, oh, these would really do well with the plant that you love. It's also important to have a container that you love, because season to season, even if the plants change, that pot is going to be with you. So you want to come in with a container or pick out a container you love, tell us what plant you love, and we'll build around it for you. We can also do the planting for you.
Oh, I love all that. Caitlin, thank you so much. Great information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So much beauty there. If you still need to grab your mom a Mother's Day gift, then go ahead and visit Merrifield Garden Center in one of their 3 locations in Merrifield, Fair Oaks, or Gainesville. You can also find them online at merrifieldgardencenter.com and on social media at Merrifield Garden Center. You get some inspiration.